Hey there folks, I've got a new video for you. I apologize for it being a couple months between this and the last one. Things have been a little hectic recently here at the house, and you know, life just gets ahead of you sometimes. But what I want to show you today is a fun build that I've really been enjoying. It revolves around the no turning back, which is a precision frame combat bow. And in addition to that, I've been pairing it with a backup plan fusion rifle. Now, I initially was doing this with like an aggressive frame, like Erentil or Wizen Rebuke, and you know, honestly, those are really fun, but in some ways, you know, they do feel a bit cheesy. And as you can see here, I'm definitely running a fairly cheesy build. I've got one-eyed mask and you know, bottom tree Juggernaut striker, but part of the reason for that, you'll see in some later clips, is that I was gearing up to help my friend Rampage, friend and clanmate. She's been working on getting the Revoker, and she's so very close. She's done all the steps necessary, just has to get up to her 3,500 glory points. So part of the background footage you see here is me practicing, mostly just to get warmed up, playing with her in quick play, which is why I've got this sort of like comp sweaty loadout on, you know, Wardcliff, etc. But later on you'll see why this really shines, and I think it's just a heck of a lot of fun. You can see I just tap this guy right in the head and boom, clean him up even before he can pop his super. It's also a pretty competitive build, I think. You'll see in just a moment where you'd think that this kind of loadout can't hang with a hand cannon, but it can. Even on a 1v1 with a hunter and a little clever use of a shield, you know, we can kind of kite this guy around and play to our advantage. And part of that is being able to just put in some really heavy hitting shots, almost like that of a 110 hand cannon, and the other half is cleaning it up with a quick fusion. So yeah, just sit back and relax, enjoy these clips, and then shortly we'll get into the build, and then I'll have a highlight reel there at the end for you that shows a 38 bomb game that I dropped on Javelin 4 and with a I think a 2.92 KDA. So yeah, it would have been a little higher, but I made some goofs and kind of choked on some of my 1v1s, but it's a really good match nonetheless, and I just had a heck of a lot of fun with this build. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoy what I do, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel here, and I stream on Twitch. There'll be a couple comp clips from Fable 3 rank that I included here just before the breakdown, and yeah, you can catch me Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Just follow the link up above or check in the description for more. Thanks so much for tuning in.
I'm watching the exit the boats.
Okay. Good flank. They're going towards you.
They're in the door.
Yeah. Going back to A. Going for pinch.
One flanking into our spawn. I'm covering him.
Good shit.
One hit low in the back of market on my X. Erentil going up rugs. Take care of these guys.
One enemy left.
Okay, he's at rugs. He's rugs. Push far. Grog, if you can get my revive.
No, I'm going for heavy. Heavy.
I got you.
He's playing for heavy.
Hold them off.
On my way there.
Team shoot. Let him run. Let him run.
Gotta pull it.
Yeah, pick up that.
I love it.
Did he get a res? He got a res.
Yeah.
Swag, how many?
All of them.
Shut the enemy down.
I hit him once.
Got him.
Okay, cool.
One foe remains.
I don't have a token.
I got the res. On swag. There's a sniper up there.
One guy's right here. One guy right next to me.
Damn it, one weak on my RXs, but yeah.
No, one guy showing up right behind the...
He has super.
Yeah.
All up to you.
Yeah, I couldn't gank.
Okay.
I gotta run him out.
1 minute. Hold them off.
He's gonna get roast, yep. Great job. Good fight. He's down. Oh, yeah, I don't know where he is.
Tell them to line up fast.
Very nice.
Nice.
So as you can see in these last two clips of comp, I was using a different fusion rifle than I was at the very beginning. We'll get to that in just a moment, but for now, here's the build. So it centers around no turning back, which we can see as a precision frame combat bow. It's got hip fire grip, explosive head, snapshot sights, and this is the default roll, and honestly I think it's an amazing roll. I threw a quick access sling on there for hot swapping to another weapon, and I was lucky enough to get a draw time masterwork on this. Thankfully the draw time masterwork does not affect the potency or the impact value of the bow, and with snapshot sights it really makes it feel responsive and nimble in your hands. The second thing I was using was an Epicurean. This is one that I farmed from the menagerie. I feel really good about this roll. It falls into the same archetype as main ingredient. Alright, and the roll we've got here is Backup Plan, Feeding Frenzy, Projection Fuse for increased range. We've also got Small Bore for increased range and stability. That's a +7 to both, which is great. We've got a Range Masterwork. We've got a Counterbalance Stock on there, which takes the base recoil direction value from 80 up to a nice crisp 95. 95 is excellent because, as we know, recoil directions that end in 5 tend to be way more vertical. Next we have the Proelium FR3. It's got Backup Plan, it's got Under Pressure, which is a little more special on these rapid fires. We'll talk about that in a second. And then we've got Projection Fuse, which increases the range, and a Long Zoom Scope, which really helps keep those bolts together at range. Cuts the spread down, if you will. So the Under Pressure, take a look at this magazine. We've got 7 in the mag, which means after we fire our first 2 shots upon spawn and we pick up a brick off the ground, even if we've got scavenger mods, we get 3 shots. Those 3 shots are still below half of the reserve, which means that Under Pressure is still going to proc even if we pick up ammo off the ground, which is not something you can usually do with the adaptive or the aggressive frames. Just showing the loadout here. This is what I was using in comp. Yeah, I know it's meta. You know, what are you gonna do? The thing is, I'm trying to help a clanmate get up to where they need for their glory ranking. It doesn't hurt if I get up a little higher myself. So to that end, we're definitely rocking certain aspects of the meta, but at the same time we're using a fun, weird, quirky loadout, and frankly that one-eyed mask ornament looks pretty damn hot on my Titan. So right now I'm about to show you a clip where I get a 38 bomb on Javelin 4 and walk away with almost a 3.0 KDA. I think it's 2.92, and just a really fun match. And Rampage and I had a blast playing together, warming up it, before we dipped into competitive, and
One on our left.
I would just really like messing around with this build more because I think it has a lot of promise. So sit back and relax and just enjoy the match. Thanks.
Yeah, there's one in there. There's one behind us too.
Alright, he's down. I'm gonna turn around and help you. Let's go left today. Never mind. Straight ahead to C. 2 down at C. Now, the range we were shooting from is a bit too far away. I only took the pot shot because I hit them with the bow already.
Behind you.
You're gonna be coming from right. Shit. There's a blast furnace down low right side.
There's an ironic moment here where I can't seem to practice what I preach, and it kind of reminds me that, I should always be mindful of cover.
Double down.
And remember, if you're hurt and you're in the red, better to pull back behind cover and just let yourself heal up if it's safe, then push back out and try and go for the kill. Because ideally you're waiting on them to be impatient. Let them make the stupid move,
Let them budge.
Yes, absolutely.
What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing.
He's coming up. I'm gonna go grab for it.
Good.
Alright, gonna push ahead to C.
I'm over by B right now.
Alright, I'm gonna push straight through.
I envy your strength, knights.
To heck
Fucking
with.
Lord of Wolves. I care not for your Lord of Wolves. There's a gnawing hunger right hand side. Pull back and
Yep.
never mind. Alright. So let's rotate through B right side. Heavy's gonna come up.
Heavy's up in 8.
It's time.
Alright, behind us, gonna push through C. One more. He's on our right. They're down at hangar, the C landing pad.
Double down. This is wonderful. You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way.
Alright, one here, left. Got him.
I feel like I'm on the Grog tour right now.
I mean, yeah, it's all good. One left, two left, back up. You got one sniping from the left-hand side, one throwing grenades and pushing at you from the right-hand box. If you peek, you're only going to expose yourself to the guy on your right. The guy on the left cannot see you unless he pushes way out of his A spawn.
There's a guy pushing right on me, and he jumped up and I was like, yeah, directly.
So, there wasn't a lot you could do there, right? Like, he relied on the fact that his sniper had you pinned down, and he knew that you couldn't move forward safely because of that, which meant that the only thing he could do would be to aggro and just aim you by going straight. Which, again, was the right play to make, but not a lot you can do about that because you were just pinned down, and the only way out was to run across open cover. Nice.
This is wonderful.
Couldn't get back far enough. The cast Spectral. Let's go into the A spawn, because Spectral I think is more mid-map. They're playing for heavy right now. We should do the same.
It's time, Guardian.
Alright, pull heavy, it's on the ground. Okay, cool. Somebody else got it? Alright, there is a one-eyed mask guy at mid, sidearm. I'm just behind you, should catch up. Alright, I'm with you now. There's gonna be a couple pushing down the hallway. Bodied one. Alright, let's rotate left through heavy. One here. C flag.
3 minutes left.
Wounded. I'll pinch right, you pinch left. Alright, he's above us. He's on my body. He'll be down and to your right. He's got an overshield. Back up.
And that's when I ran out of ammo.
Yeah, no worries. If it's just like I'm throwing a lot of information at you again, it's just
No, it's good. I'm more frustrated that I don't know if I've killed anybody this match. Because everyone is so very effective at killing everybody. No, the information is fine. Hey, I killed my person.
shit. Okay, there's one guy. They're all down at C landing pad right now.
I'm behind you.
No, I'm behind you.
Oh, who am I behind? Oop. I got booped.
Ah! I thought he was going to push out left. Dawnblade coming into A spawn.
Just Havoc on you.
Shit. Can't believe he had run out. I made one of them mad. He's just shooting my corpse.
Your enemy can't kill if they're dead.
Whoa!
1 minute left.
What happened?
It's Evil Ryu on the other team. He's just like now teabagging every time I die. Which means I'm doing something right.
Guy behind you.
Yep, get stuffed.
Double down. A well-fought victory.
Now, he has nothing to be salty about because he's running fucking one-eyed mass type too. Like, you know, I mean,
Impressive,
he's just
Don.
running hammers instead
You
of
have an instinct
Juggernaut.
for battle.